months. Oh my God, that's funny.
Big Dennis got killed, and so did John Palmer. It was the biggest gold heist ever in history. The Brinksmat robbery in England, where they had a plane full of gold. That was Big Dennis and his mum.
He got killed.
Recently he got killed, and his boss, John Palmer, who was called Goldfinger, he was so he used to fly around on a private plane.
Here.
That guy
Dennis
owned that place.
Oh,
that's how we I introduced Steve to Dennis, and then Steve got the job to open a dojo, open the pay, all for Dennis. Dennis owned that whole resort.
Ah, right.
But he got killed, and then everybody got killed that was involved in that Brinksmat robbery. They're all dead because it was nobody knows the gold.
Must be somebody alive that's got the gold.
Well, the police. It's the biggest robbery ever in the world.
Yeah.
Gold, like a plane full.
A plane full.
Because they didn't know. They were given inside information by the security guard to come and get a pallet full of gold that was arriving that day at Heathrow. So they've gone in with the guns, they've held it up, and they opened the plane, and the fucking plane was full, but they never had a big enough truck. So they had to fucking keep everybody 15 hours in sent for a massive truck to come and get, and they got away with that. But ever since then, anybody mentions it, whatever, people come out and, new car, new this in the East End, brings Matt, and they get tortured, killed. I mean, tortured and killed.
Because they must have a little bit of the money.
Was who knows? So John Palmer was the melting, because after I worked for Dennis for 6 months, I was so I had to run away to Thailand, stay in a monastery. I was petrified, because the guy's evil. He'll kill you in seconds. And I was destroyed. I just couldn't, I was terrified. And
I can understand that after meeting that guy.
Well, he's nothing. Dennis was a gangster. The other guy's like,
Teddy bear.
No, he was in the army, the law. He believes, okay, he's a big tough guy, he can fight. But you start talking about whatever, Dennis, Dennis is a mafia.
He was a bit paranoid. That's what I found out. He was a bit paranoid. He said, I gotta have protection. And, he told me he had all these weapons hidden away, and he was building a little, what do you call those rooms where you?
Yeah, it's probably because he fucked so many people over. That's why,
Yeah.
That's probably why. It's his conscience. He was a lying, thieving cunt, Steve.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, those people. That's why I just didn't, But the funny thing was, when I went to see Pat Tree, who was the healer who died recently, the guy who would tell anybody, the guy that got me off of heroin.
Yeah.
He's the man.
Yeah.
So I went to see him, and I said, look, I've got to go to town. I can't go. I have to get away. I can't be around these people. I'm terrified. And he said, who is it you're working with? I said, Big Dennis. And he said, okay, but he's not the boss. The boss is John Palmer. How the fuck did an Indonesian healer? But he said that. He said, he's not controlling him. He's being controlled by some JP, John Palmer. I said,
wow.
And he knew it was him. So he was the big guy. But he got killed. What happened was they found his body in wherever it was, and they said, he died of a heart attack. 6 weeks later, they said, well, actually, he was shot through the fucking thingy with a... And they were like, well, how did the police miss the big hole in his chest? Because they put out the information because they were waiting for somebody to boast about it. Oh, I did it. And so they said he died of a heart attack. And they were hoping somebody would go, oh, you know what, I fucking shot him. So then 6 weeks later, they go, actually, it was a shotgun blast in the chest. How did you miss that?
But who would have done it? Just another...
Again, who the fuck knows? The Ukrainians, the Russians were involved. Everybody wanted this plane full of gold.
Right. It's so they could just torture somebody to get the information.
To get the fucking... Find out what Kenneth Noy? Okay, he was one of the famous...
It could be up at Ilawati.
Never know.
Kenneth Noy, he's a big famous name in England. Ask anybody, big gangster. Kenneth Noy. So he had this big, massive fucking palace or whatever in England, like huge thingy. And there was a cop fucking up the tree dressed like a ninja. Like spying on him, whatever. And he come out with these Dobermans, and the fucking cop ran, tried to run away. Noy ran after him, and he killed him. The Dobermans and Noy, And he got off of that because he said, I didn't know he was a policeman. I thought it was a robber. But the police hated him for that, so they stitched him up like a month later, and he got life for something that he didn't do. But I mean, I saw these. Anyway, I'm so glad not to be around all that anymore. And that Steve was on the edge of it. He was never a gangster. He's terrified of gangsters.
Yeah,
but he liked to hang around with them, and
That's what I thought. He was just kind of like playing a part, like a bit of a scary guy, but because we used to come into us and he used to go, oh my God, don't rub him the wrong way.
No.
Nice.
I mean, he was a genuine, tough guy. He could fight.
Yeah.
But the thing is, he's been in the army since he was 15, so he's always been afraid of the law, of the police. He's on their side. He's more police type. Army, police. which is completely different from gangsters. So this is the first time I've been introduced, and they terrified him. You know, he would never. There's a different line.
Because he was hip. Did he go back because of his hip?
No, he had 2 hip operations in India. He got fixed.
Oh, he got fixed.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
So it wasn't the hip thing.
Wow. Why would you go to India to get a hip operation?
Because it was the same guy that does it in England in the major hospitals, but he's
Yeah.
actually an Indian based in India. So he looked on the website, found out, because I heard all this from Dave. And yeah. But yeah, so Steve's not, he was never a gangster, he was just so the first time I ever met Steve, which was years before that, and then I, you know, like Linda sees it, when I'm standing outside her, whenever I talk to someone, I'm always sizing them up physically because I was a boxer. And she says, like, because sometimes I'll be waiting outside and she can see me, and a guy will stand next to me and I'll be going. And then she sees my face because I'll see his weakness and I'm like, oh, okay, I could have him. And then I size everybody up, not knowing that, subconsciously, physically, to know if I can have them. And I'll look at their legs or I'll look at their.
You better tell me where the directors. I gotta have a really good tactic because I got lots of weak.
And I'll see their weakness and I'll think, oh, okay, I could have them, you know, but I have to just size them up first. As a boxer, you do that because you're fighting the guy next, so you have to look at him and think, wait a minute, he's got longer arms, so he's going to do this, so I'm going to do that. Okay, he doesn't look like, you know, whatever, you just work it out. So it was Steve, which is one of the first people I've ever seen it to. He come in, and this was years before I met him, because ever since I was thought, who's that fucking guy? Next thing, they were looking for security for Miss World, and I went along, and it was at the meeting, and it was him, and I thought, what's that fucker? Because he came in the garage, and I was standing in the garage, and he walked past me, talking to somebody else, completely oblivious to me, you know, he was, oh, my, blah, 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 blah. And as I walked past him, I felt this force field energy pushing me back. And I was like, what the fuck was that? You know? And so then I started walking around him, looking at him, going, who is this cunt? Because I could feel it of him. And I thought, there's no fucking way I can get in there. For the first time, I thought, the fuck it, you know, because normally I would think, okay, I could get in the back and just do him like that, or I could smash something over his head here, or, you know, or fucking, you know, somehow. And with him, I was like,
kick him in the hip, what do you want?
this was years before he had that problem. Because he was just so small. But obviously, you know, he's been doing judo since he was 4 or 5. His mother was a black belt. He's did it all his life, and then he was an instructor. He was in the PTI corps in the army, which means you just do judo every day for, you know, self-defense, whatever, you know, unarmed combat. So that's all he did for years, all day, every day. So that's why he has this. It doesn't make him a nice person, you know?
Yeah, no, he's scared of all of those. But he used to give us free stuff. So we used to go up there and do the paintball for free and shooting for free. All my team.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So.
And then you treated him for free.
No, I didn't treat him for free.
Oh.
Why did he give you free?
He let us go up there and use the paintball and all that sort of stuff for free.
For why? For what reason?
Just because.
Because I treated him and he
That's what I mean.
like a nice gesture.
It's not a nice gesture because it was Dennis's money. He doesn't give a fuck, you know.
Oh, right. But why would Dennis, but if he's so rich and so, like, why would he bother about a paintball place in Indonesia?
Because Steve talked to me. No, okay. Dennis loves what it was the Bali Fight Club. We started the Bali Fight Club, so I had to do it. Dennis loves it. Come in, got a fight club, boxing ring.
Oh,
you know, all the gangsters come over. We organised fights.
Oh, it's a
we
good
put on
way
a
for
fight.
him to meet a few people too. That
Well, you know, it was just a hobby. Everything was a hobby for Dennis. Dennis had more money than God. But he was such a cunt with money. He was horrible because he plays the power thing. I mean, one day he said to me, where's your fucking missus? Did you meet him at the fight once, just briefly? I would never introduce Linda or anybody, any real friends to him because he's a horrible cunt. You just keep your family and friends away from him.
They're usually what they go after when they start to,
So he goes to
them up. What do the Mexicans do that, don't they? The cartel,
Oh,
they
yeah,
go
yeah.
after your family.
Yes, of course. That's what he killed his own brother. They don't fuck around. He killed his own brother. He had his own brother killed.
Dennis.
Yes.
And I
What's his name?
remember when
Yeah.
you were working for him, and I was in Germany, and he was, you know, organizing this fight.
I organised a
And then
big
I
cage
read-
fight for him.
And
I used
then
to-
his voice was like, you get, I said, what's wrong with you? His voice
I
was
wake up
that-
every morning. He phoned me every
it was
morning.
terrible. Seriously.
How much money we got? How much tickets have you sold? Remember, you know Mick, the massage guy? I told you that. The massage, Mick.
Yeah.
Mick the Mauler. So, you know, I didn't know what had happened. I'm walking past Dennis's office on Monday morning, went, you fucking come here. I was like, oh God, sit down. Well, what have I ever done to you? Nothing, Dennis. What have I ever fucking done to you? Nothing. Why did you set him on me? What? Why did you fucking set him on me? Who? Mick. He got a mass out of it. And Mick's said he's lying and he's going, and then he's going, somebody's gonna fucking die after this. So it's me. It was fucking horrible. You know, when you get around people like that and they start telling you what they do and how they do it, and they're like, oh, so that was it. So he's coming, same thing. He's going like, oh, you fucking come here. Your missus is German, isn't she? Yes, there is. Right. Fuck is this? So look, he's got
my voice around him.
he's got charge sheets in about 5 different languages: German, Spanish, French, nothing in English. Your missus is fucking German, right? Get it down here now. Fucking translate this fucking stuff. And I said, oh, Linda's in Germany at the moment. She wasn't, but I said, I'll have a look. And I looked. So I can't read all these different languages, but extortion, kidnap, murder, everything you could fucking dream of on these pages, mafia. So, you know, it was like all these charges. And at the bottom it said drugs or narcoma. And he was like, I don't take fucking drugs. Get your missus down here. What the fuck is that? Because he fucking hated anybody mentioned drugs. He would, right there, somebody sitting around the table say, oh, I wouldn't mind lighting a coke, boom! You know, he just,
really?
One of these old style English gangsters. Nice to dogs, loves children, hates drugs.
Yeah.
That's how it was, you know? You did anything to children.
Nice to dogs. Yeah.
Anything to dogs. But they could torture you, kill you, pull your teeth out, put carjacks on your balls, kill your brother, your mother, whatever, torture, you know. Oh, man. But touch a dog, touch a child, you know, be a puff, any of that, or a nigger, or a queer, then you'll all die. But, you know, so that's how it was. And that's their rules. So you know how to be with them. You love a dog, you love a dog, love a kid, yeah, fucking hate puffs, hate queers, and hate doggies.
Sorry, not.
Scary bastard.
My God.
Big bad Dennis. And I'd heard about him for
There's
years.
already other gangsters left in Bali now.
No.
There used to be a lot though, like they were they'd get locked up and then they get them let out and they go for little walks and, you know, go to clubs and...
Oh no, but they were, I know them, they were drug dealers. They were not gang. These are gangsters. There's a big difference. Those were drug dealers.
Yeah.
They're not thugs.
They don't do that anymore, do they? They don't let them
Well,
out, wander around.
They can't anymore after. Well, they probably do. I mean, look at fucking Isaac. He had his own apartment in there. 2 big screen TVs, prostitutes, drugs, fucking anything he liked. And he had his factory outside, his wood factory, Isaac.
Is that the solicitor, the lawyer?
Yeah.
The one that just around the corner here?
No, you're
No, yours.
Taleb.
Ah,
Oh,
they just opened a new place just around the corner, Isaac and Isaac.
No, that won't be it.
Oh,
They
right.
couldn't put his name on anything. They found, he had an ecstasy factory. They found 25,000 ecstasy factories. So instead of him going to jail, 2 machine guns and grenades. So instead of him going to jail, he put his son in jail until he made enough money from the ecstasy factory to get him out. So he, you know, for 10 years he had his wooden factory right outside the jail. That was his factory. So they made wood, furniture, put drugs inside it. Also, he just for 10 years. So he got a 10-year sentence because he had an ecstasy factory. But he had the biggest penthouse in the jail that he could come and go as he pleased. Prostitutes, drugs, it was like fucking party central. That's Isaac, that's Taleb's brother. That's why I'm saying she would
Nobody
know
fucks
people.
with
Them.
Oh, right.
That's how it works here.
Yeah.
They
So
go,
there's-
who? Taleb. Okay.
So who's the big players in Bali then? It's,
Well, now,
Talib and
Taleb and Reza, what's his name? His uncle and all them.
So I should go with them. I should follow up and just go through with it then.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, that's the kind of clout that she has. Her brother was that guy, or her cousin, and what's the other guy? Right, Faisal Rise, the guy in the, who's the guy that runs all the fights? The same family, anyway. Then.
Yeah.
What's his name? The famous one.
Yeah. What's his
Faisal. The guy with the boxing place in the middle of the silver.
Oh, right.
Owns a half a banging wang. He owns it. The one that owns the on back next to Bali, next to Scallywag.
Oh, right.
Rizal? No. Anyway, they're the same family, so that's why. It just takes one phone call from them. People